Have you ever wondered why we have range on a digital multimeter? Look at here, for example. Right here we have a DC volt. V with a dash and a broken line indicates a DC volt, and there are ranges beginning from 200 millivolt, 2 volt, 20 volt, 200 volt, and 1000 volt. Similarly, for the AC volt, we have also range, and for measuring resistance also we have range. So why do we have range? A multimeter range? Well, the first reason why we need range is accuracy. This is the most important reason why we have range on multimeters. A multimeter is most accurate when the signal you are measuring uses most of the scale right here. Let's say, for example, your meter is set to 200 volt, and let's say the screen shows 200.0 volt. Now this gives you one decimal place after point. It will give you one decimal place. For example, if you are measuring your car battery, it might say 12.3 volt. If you place it on 200 volts, that means. But if you switch from 200 volts, if you switch it from 20 volt right here, like so, if you place it on 20 volt, however, now the screen can show you 20.00. That is the maximum value is 20 volt. It can read 20.00 volt. This gives you two decimal places after here, after the dot. It will give you two decimal places. Previously, when it is 200, it will give you only one decimal. Now, if it was reading 12.3 volt when placed on 200 volts, now if you switch it to 20 volt, it can read you like 12.34 volt. Now, which one is accurate? Obviously, the 12.3 volt reading, the 12.34 volt reading is more accurate than the 12.3 volt. So, range can help you increase accuracy. Same thing is true for resistance. If you are measuring a resistance value, then the accuracy of the reading will change as you change the range. Let's go ahead and see this in a very simple example. For example, right here we have a 9 volt battery, nearly dead battery. Let's go ahead and measure the voltage reading. Let's begin from, let's say, 200 volt, for example. Let's see what this reading will tell you about this dry cell battery. Let's go ahead and place it on 200 volt and measure this. It is reading 0.7 volt, 0.6 volt now. Now, let's go ahead and shift down from 200 volt to 20 volt. See, the decimal is shifting. Let's see the reading. The reading will also change. Now it is reading 0.76 volt. Let's go ahead and shift it down to 2 volt because this is now way below 9 volt. So it can be measured by this 2 volt range. Let's go ahead and place it right here. Now it is reading 0.77. Oh, it's not stable. Now it is reading 0.73 something volt. See how the accuracy is increasing now because it is still below 2 volt. We're reading more accurately than the 20 volt range and the 200 volt range. Let's go ahead and place it on the lowest setting, which is 200 millivolt. Placed on 200 millivolt, see the reading now. It is not within range. It is above range. So if OL is indicated, it means overload. So the range is above. On 2 volt, however, it is measuring this value. So 0.742 is way more than 200 millivolt. It is reading some 700 millivolt. It is above 200 millivolts. That is why we did not find any reading when placed on the 200 millivolt. So now the idea is, by simply going down on the scale, we have increased the measuring accuracy. So if you try measuring a 1.5 volt battery, for example, in the 200 volt range, the meter would simply say 1.5. But if you switch down to 2 volts, because it is a little above the 1.5 volt range, it might read you 1.52 volt. So by moving to the smaller range, you get much more accurate readings than the one on the higher range. So you will have a zoomed in view of the exact number by simply changing the range. So the number one reason for having this range is for accuracy reason. Let's go ahead and do this on resistance test as well. Let's go ahead and see this. Right here we have a 12-volt relay. Let's go ahead and measure the resistance of the field winding, the resistance of the magnetic coil. Let's place it on. Right here we have a 200 mega ohm, 2 mega ohm, 200 kilo ohm, 20 kilo ohm, 2 kilo ohm, and 200 ohm range is there. Let's go ahead and begin from the 20 mega ohm value and see what it reads. These two are the terminals for 85 and 86. These are the coil windings. So let's go ahead and measure resistance between those two pins. Now it is reading 00 ohm. As you can see, we have placed it on the maximum setting, which is the 20 mega ohm value. It is reading 0 ohm. It tells us there is continuity, but the value of the resistance cannot be known clearly. Let's shift it down, one step down to 2 mega ohm. Still 0. Let's go ahead and shift it to 200 kilo ohm. It's still 0. No clear reading is there. Only it tells there is continuity, but the value is not indicated. Now let's place it on 20 kilo ohm. Now it is reading 0.06 ohm, 0.05 ohm. Let's go ahead and clarify by shifting it down. Let's go ahead and place it to 2 kilo ohm. Now look, it is shifting now. Previously it was 0.05. Now it is 0.068 ohm in kilo ohm. Now let's place it on the low setting, which is 200 ohm, and see the reading. See, 68.6 ohm. This is now the exact reading of the resistance. So by simply shifting down, we have reached to the more accurate reading. So by simply changing the range, you can find the more accurate reading on your multimeter. So shifting down on the range will use majority of the screen right here, and that will tell you the more accurate reading. So for this, the resistance value is 68.6. Previously we found the lowest. So when it comes to resistance, we always take the least value. It is 68.6 ohm. So this is simply how the range can assist in accuracy. The other function of this range is overload protection. If you have ranges act like speed bumps. They tell the meter, get ready, a big voltage is coming, so it can drive the electricity through a safe path using an internal resistor to protect the delicate computer chip inside here. So if you have OL displayed while measuring voltage, for example, that is an indication of overload. So overload protection is there by using this. So it's a good idea always to start from the highest voltage setting. For example, if you are not sure about the output or the voltage value you are measuring, you can always start from the highest value, highest range, and look at the reading and shift down accordingly. Previously, for example, when measuring this 9-volt battery on a 200 millivolt, it displayed overload. So if OL is displayed while you are measuring, that means it is overload. Let's go ahead and see this, for example. See, it is reading OL, overload. But if I shift it down to 2 volt, it is reading the value, which is 800, 700 something millivolt. So this will help as an overload protection. So overload protection is another function that is installed on these digital multimeters. So the safest way is to always go from high value to the lowest range so that you can protect your multimeter. The other thing that can help with this range is that resolution. Resolution is the smallest change the meter can detect. If there is very slight variation in reading value, for example, that can be displayed by going down on the range. On the 200 volt range, for example, the smallest jump the meter can show, if you place it on 200 volt, the smallest jump it can show is 0.1 volt. After the decimal, there is only one digit after the decimal. So the smallest fluctuations that you can see is 0.1 volt. For example, let's say it was 2 volt, then it can jump to 2.1 volt, 2.3 volt, 2.2 volt. Only that one decimal jump will be displayed on the 200 range. But if you place it on the 200 millivolt, if you place it on the 200 millivolt reading, the smallest jump can be 0.001 volt, which is 1 millivolt, because it is in millivolt now. So that fluctuation, that change can be easily detected. Any change can be easily detected on the smallest range than the highest range. So if you are testing sensitive electronics, for example, sensitive electronics that can be affected by voltage fluctuation, a 0.001 volt change could mean the difference between working circuit or a broken circuit. The range lets you zoom in on the exact fluctuation, and it will help you zoom in and find resolution. So the resolution will increase as you go down on the scale. So by simply shifting down, you can see the fluctuation. Now there are some multimeters with automatic range. That is where you don't need to select this. You simply select resistance and the multimeter will automatically select the range. If you have this type of multimeter, you have to turn a big dial to choose the range yourself. You have to guess the voltage beforehand. If you guess too low, the meter screams overload, like the previous display of this value measured at the 200 millivolt. So OL means overload, and you have to turn the dial higher and try it again. On automatic range, on auto range modern multimeters, the meter takes a quick sneak peek at the electricity and it figures out the best range for accurate and safe reading and then set itself automatically. So you simply go ahead and select the functions that you are going to measure, and then you touch the probe. So it will measure the reading accurately. Now the downside to auto range multimeter is that auto ranging takes a split second longer to think than this type of multimeters, which can be annoying if you are testing hundreds of points very quickly. Auto range type can be sometimes annoying. Now, whenever you're using this type of multimeters, there are always some rules to remember. For voltage and resistance reading, always start on the higher setting. Begin from the highest setting. If you are not sure about the numbers that you are expecting from the circuit, for example, if you are not sure about the voltage that you are going to measure, always begin from the highest range. Once the meter gives you a safe number, you can turn the dial down to the lowest range, that is slightly higher than the reading. For example, if you have a 9 volt output, you can switch to 20 volt. You cannot switch to 2 volt because 2 volt, if you measure 9 volt on 2 volt range, that will be overload. For current reading, for ampere reading, as you can see, there are places. This is a 20 ampere output. This is where your positive will be placed if you are measuring a 20 ampere output. And this is when you are measuring in milliampere. This is the most dangerous mistake. If you use overrange for this, you will fry your multimeter. A multimeter measures current by letting electricity to flow through the meter itself. So if you pick the wrong range for current, specifically if you pick very low range, the meter acts like a tiny wire, or it can blow a fuse internally, or it can even melt. Always start on the highest reading. Always begin from the 20 ampere setting. Place this probe on 20 ampere and place right here on the maximum current setting, and then select the lowest range looking at the reading. Always start on the highest ampere range when measuring current, and never measure current across battery directly. That will fry your multimeter. So ranges, they exist to give you zoomed in reading, accurate reading, while simultaneously protect the meter's delicate parts, delicate internal components. So that is why we have range on digital multimeters. Well, that is all we have for you in this video. If you like this video, if you enjoy what has been presented, go ahead and smash the like button. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications so that you'll be the first to get notified whenever we come up with another video. Until then, stay safe.